Yep.
So anything else on longevity of listings?
Yeah.
Like once you kind of do they cover up the leaks, they do some of the stuff in those commercial areas. What else?
Yeah, so let me give you a couple tips. So this stuff is really cutting edge stuff. But if you can, so here's a couple things that'll really help you. We talked about the commercial areas, but if you can get, especially if your lead gen is set up on a residential address, or if you look in Street View where it's not quite sure if a business is there or not. Yeah. You want to make sure you've got all these photos that you see, that you're picking each one and it looks really commercial.
Okay.
Because, if you do, like, let's say if you do a search for like, let me see if I can find this, La Barca, it's like a little taco joint by my house. If you, hold on. You guys have seen the screen before where it shows up with the photos and stuff like that. So your lead gen is going to show up like this with a house right there.
Okay.
And you don't want that.
No.
You want to pick the photos that show up when your listing pops up like this. And even on the phone, it's even more pronounced that this is a house. And so if you can make sure that you fill in this profile, cover, interior, and exterior. If you're watching this video in the future, this interface literally changes constantly, so it might look a little different than this, but you want to make sure that you click on each one of those choose photo buttons and choose a photo that represents your lead gen, so that you're picking what this looks like right here, because that'll avoid you getting reported just by a regular user. So it's like, what is this restaurant? This is a house. And they click, they report it, and then someone comes and looks at it. So
I never went into this in the training because my whole motto is like, kind of keep it simple, keep it stupid.
Yep.
Kind of just, most of the time it's like people can't get out of their own way. They never even get anything done. So if they get too bogged down with just like stuff that might confuse them the first few times through, then they quit. But then, like some of these things that you're telling me, these kind of higher level things, I remember back in the day with photos, I don't know if you still do this, but I remember kind of doing it, was like the geolocation stuff and things like that. Are you still doing those?
Yeah, totally. Geolocating your photo. It's even simpler now. We used to have to use like
software
platform and all this stuff. Now Google does it all. So literally what you can do, so you're gonna have a photo for each one of these, and then this site, I think we linked to this site in the resource page after you opt in.
Okay.
It's called, this site is basically lets you insert GPS tags into the photo.
Oh, cool.
So you want to, for each of those photos, you want to also use this. It's a free tool, and you go and you upload your photo, and you drag the image right here, and then it's going to let you put GPS tags, and you want to put the GPS location for your GMB, which you can find easily. Just like if you just go online, you can just do a search for like, how do I find GPS of an address? And there's all kinds of tools for it. And then you put that in, and then so you upload your photo here, and then it lets you re-download the photo with GPS tags attached. And then you add that to each one of these 4 slots. And that's gonna also, because they got like a dashboard, Google does, and they can see like, oh, here's all these photos, here's where they were all taken, here's the type of cameras that they were taken by. And so if you've got GPS tags on all your photos, that's a huge factor. And I think it's probably a ranking factor too, because it increases so much trust. Like literally there's all these photos of people on site.
Right.
And
yeah, I don't think people know, but like when you take your cell phone and take a photo, it's geo-targeting where you took that photo on.
Yeah.
And that data is being shared with the cell phone companies, and as well as like, if it's an Apple phone or Droid or whatever, like all that data is being stored, and like there's like a metadata. And like I remember like a couple years back, my brother was saying, he's like, dude, you gotta be careful when you post like even a picture of like you and your kids online, because there's creepos, and they can literally see if you did it at your house and they're like a kidnapper, like they can find where that thing was taken at.
Yep.
And there was like stories about it. So it's actually really interesting that that it exists inside of a photo, but it doesn't.
It's like metadata. Yeah, it's like behind the photo, you've got these little pieces of code that computers can read, tell you like where it was taken and stuff like that. And so, I mean, you don't have to do this, but I like to GPS tag all the photos because it's a powerful thing to just tell Google, hey, this is real. Don't delete me. Look at these photos that were taken on site. You can also do this from your phone. And so this is going to get, I don't know, I hope we got some high-tech people on here, but you can actually download, we have an app you can download from the downloads page where you can change the GPS of your phone and then take a photo or even a video and upload that to Google that way.
That's awesome.
And that's even better because then it's showing Google this is from a mobile device. It's from a mobile device at this location. Here's a video from the location because Google just came out. You can upload videos to your GMB now. And again, this is the type of stuff. If your GMB is really making money, you want it to last. I mean, you want to start investing some longevity tools to that thing. Put photos that are GPS tagged. Make sure everything is just buttoned up and tight, so that this thing lasts a long time. And so you can, and something that we'll do is we'll upload a photo through the local guides program.
Okay.
And through the GMB, both.
Just local guides so we can.
Local guides. So let me show you this local guides.
These are great little tips and hacks, especially for the people that have been around for a while. Because I know, I just don't go super deep. I try to, because I don't want to wig people out. But this is fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and again, let me just again repeat. I mean, 90% of my GMBs don't have this stuff. So just because we're kind of more just
mass approach,
sending out so many, and they still survive.
Yeah.
But this type of stuff is. But also, as far as delete, we don't care, because like we just put up more.
Real quick, just while you're pulling this up, if it was you and you had a good paying GMB listing, let's say, and my whole motto is like, if it isn't broken, don't go and mess with it. So like, I'm always nervous to go back on one of my GMBs that's crushing and like go tweak something.
Yeah.
Would you go back and do some of these longevity things, or would you just stay away from it if it's killing it right now?
Well, here's the thing. If it's killing it and you don't want to log back into it, that's where local guides comes in. Because with local guides is basically where, as a third party, you can add photos to a listing. And you've probably, everybody who uses maps has probably seen it on your phone. When you go somewhere and it asks you, are you in this place right now? And then it asks you like all these questions and you can click yes or no. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
That's basically local guides. That's like just users. Anyone who's at the location can add information. And you can upload photos through local guides, and then you never have to touch your listing.
Perfect.
So that's really powerful. But again, make sure you're doing it through a different Gmail than the one you use to set up the GMB in the first place. So your goal is that you've got a different entity adding photos to it. And so that's a great way to really make it look real. If you do it through local guides, you can't pick which one shows up. Like you can't pick, this is a profile photo, this is a cover photo, and all that.
Right.
But it still is a really powerful signal to Google and to just people. Anybody who's looking at your listing that, hey, this is real. Look at all these people that uploaded photos of it or uploaded photos to the listing or whatever. And that can really make it last a lot longer. The other thing you can do to extend kind of the longevity of your site, and let me get this link here, that's where you don't have to log into it, is this. So micro data. All right, again, this is like, sounds super high tech. It's really not. But basically, this is on the website of your lead gen.
Okay.
So you've got a lead gen, you've got a website you've set up for it. On that website, if you can have at least one place where the business name, address, and phone number, all this information that you see on your screen, is encoded with this thing called schema or microdata.
Right.
It's like these invisible codes on your website that basically say, do you see this little word here? That's a business name.
Right.
Do you see this word? That's a street address. Do you see this word? That's a zip code. And so this tool here, and again, we link to it in the download page, but you can basically go in, type in all the information for your lead gen on this page, and then down at the bottom, and you can put hours and everything. And then down here at the bottom, once you type it in, the code is going to appear right here in this box. And so you can copy and paste it. You can copy and paste that code onto your lead gen. Now, to a human, it's just going to look like a name, address, and phone number. But to Google, it'll look like this special code that's telling Google, hey, here's the name, address, and phone number of our business. And it'll be really clear to them that's what that is.
Perfect.
And I recommend everybody do that, because then if there's any confusion, if there's any, sometimes, I don't know if anybody's had like their listings be changed on accident. I think I saw a post on there.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah, stuff's getting changed. Your phone number's getting changed on accident. Google thinks it's this other number. This is a great way to tell Google, hey, no, this is really us, and this is our business. This is the name, address, phone number of our business. This is the website, zip code, hours. So if Google goes, their little spider visits your page and checks the code, they'll be like, oh yeah, look, that's confirmed with that. So this is actually the real name, address, and phone number. So that's another way you can tell Google, hey, we're real. Look, we're telling you who we are. This confirms it. Actually, a lot of the citations that you set up when you do, because you guys talk about citations, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like a lot of the citations that you set up have this code automatically, which is part of what helps them, makes it so powerful to your rankings, because Google has all these cases where this special code is on all these pages all over the internet saying this is the name, address, and phone number of this business. But you can tell Google on your own site that as well. And I like to put this little snippet on every single page of my lead gen, even if it's at the bottom.
Okay.
This little code snippet, just so everywhere Google goes, their little computer program sees, yeah, this is the name, address, and phone number, and that'll help your listings last too, and just help Google to trust them more.